welcome back to my channel. So this week I am doing a stats video. Those always come after reaction videos, so I was like, since you guys know where I'm going already, I'm going to Tufts University. I will be a freshman there, and here are the stats that got me in. So just a disclaimer, these stats won't get everyone in. My stats are actually not the best, but I feel like this video is just kind of created to give people hope, because I know I was looking for videos of people who got into top 30 schools who didn't have the best stats, but it would always be like, oh yeah, my ACT score is bad, and I was like, same, and then they'd be like, oh, but I have a 4.7, and I was like, not same. So these are actually some pretty realistic stats. Please don't come after me in the comments and be like, you know, you don't deserve to be here, why did you get accepted? I don't know, I didn't, I read my application, but I wasn't the person who made that call. So without further ado, since this video will be pretty long, we'll just get right into it. So all the timestamps will be right here. Also in the description and the pinned comment down below. So if you're looking for a specific part of this video, that's where they will be. So let's get started. So my GPA. So my school only did weighted GPAs. We did it on a 5-point scale, and I had a 3.74 on the time of application, weighted. And after my mid-year report, my GPA went up to a 3.86. My rank was 98 after the mid-year, out of 570. I go to a public high school in Arkansas. It is pretty competitive. So as for test scores, this was a very weak part of my application. I took the ACT 7 times. I took the SAT 5 times. I do not recommend anyone take it that many times. Like, I don't recommend that to my worst enemy. Do not take it that many times. The highest score I got was a 25, a super score, which is a 27. My SAT was the same. I got an 1190, super score 1200. So APs that I took, my school offered 35 APs, which is a heck ton. I didn't even realize that not a lot of schools offer that many APs. So I took 8 of them.
So as for my grades, I got a B in computer science principles, a B first semester for world, an A second semester. I got B both semesters for US history. I hated that class. I got a B and then an A in AP language and culture. I got a B and then an A for AP literature. I got A's for AP Spanish, A's for AP psychology, an A first semester for AP European history, and then a B because I gave up.
My AP scores. This is gonna be quite easy. I got all 2s on the ones I've taken so far. So that kind of saved me money with score sense. And then I took 9 honors classes. So at our school we don't have honors, we have pre-AP, and that is not weighted.
So for math, I took pre-AP geometry in 8th grade. I got a B both semesters. I took pre-AP algebra 2 in 9th grade. I got a B both semesters.
I took pre-AP pre-cal in 10th grade. I got actually a retake. I failed the class. I got a C first semester and a D second semester, but honestly my D second semester should have been an F. So I failed the class and I retook it. So anything is possible, guys. Anything is possible, okay?
For sciences, I got a I took pre-AP biology in 9th grade, I got an A. I took pre-AP physical science in 10th grade, got an A. I took pre-AP chemistry in 11th grade, I got B's, but they were like 89s, it was so annoying. And then for English, I took pre-AP English 1, I got an A. That was 9th grade. I took pre-AP English 2, I got 2 B's because I couldn't pass these tests. And then I took pre-AP Spanish 4 in 11th grade, and I got an A.
My senior schedule. So I'm taking AP Literature, AP Spanish and Culture, AP European History, AP Psychology, grade level statistics, mixed course, which is an honor choir, madrigals, which is an honor choir, and anatomy and physiology, which is an optional science, but it probably should be an honors class, but it's not. As for extracurriculars, in high school, this was probably my stronger part of my application, because my application definitely was like for a while. So I'll run them off and then like talk about a little bit about each one of them. So I was the founder and president of my school's American Sign Language Club, and I basically started a club at my school. We met once every 2 weeks, and I basically helped probably about 40-ish kids, a little over 40 kids learn American Sign Language. It was super duper fun. So I was the vice president of my school's poetry club, which is called the Righteous Poets, and I basically just helped with meetings. I helped people write poetry. I helped with people competing with poetry. I competed on the national level, on the state level, locally. We do a lot of community service work as well. We do a lot of performances. We also do paid gigs. It's super duper fun. I love poetry with all my heart. I was the vice president of LULAC, which is League of United Latin American Citizens, and basically that's just a volunteer organization for Latinos. It's mostly a Latino club to kind of spread awareness of Latino culture and also serve Latino communities and our just general Arkansas community through this club. It is a national organization. So one thing that was kind of unique to my application is I did put language learning as an extracurricular because I spent about 7 hours a week learning languages, which is a really long time. So I set this goal for myself to be able to speak basically 5 languages out of high school. We're at like 4-ish kind of. So I worked at a walk-in clinic that is sponsored by a medical school here in Arkansas, and basically I would help run labs, I would help maybe a little bit with translating sometimes, I would help take notes, I would shadow medical students. So I had an internship with a company, a counseling company, the summer of my 9th grade year. Yeah, basically I was an intern for a summer in 9th grade, and I just basically helped with counseling exercises and basically, you know, getting to know the kids, helping the kids and things like that. I was my church's teen ministry leader for a while, so I did a lot of planning of events at, you know, my church. I did like Bible talks and game nights, and I started a Christian YouTube channel, and I did a lot of public speaking, you know, surrounding Christianity. I'd read poems. I did I did a conference with my mom, which was super fun. So I just did a bunch of like little things, not little things, those are big things, like in the church community and stuff like that. So I put that down. I was in choir basically all 4 years, competitive choir 3 years. I made all region 11th and 12th grade. 12th grade I made 16th chair. I tried out for all state. It went terribly and did not make it. I got into an honor choir at my school called Madrigals, and it is a a cappella group that's audition only. We practiced collegiate music. We performed with the Arkansas Women's Symphony. So I work, if you guys didn't see the reaction video, I work at Bed Bath & Beyond. It's on like my little name tag. I've worked there since the winter, like December of my sophomore year. In 9th and 10th grade, I played volleyball really hardcore. Yeah, I played volleyball, and I was like JV basically. In 10th grade, I say basically, I played one game with JV. He put me on JVB, so it was like not really JV, it kind of was, but I just was on JVB. I basically played a game with JV, so I listed it as JV. Because I volunteered at a rehabilitation center. I've been doing that since 7th grade, like, you know, once a month, and we basically just throw kids birthday parties, and it's super duper fun. But yeah, so that's the end of my extracurriculars. Next is to awards. So awards was probably the hardest one for me to fill up in high school, because I realized like I didn't have any awards, and half the things I put were like stuff I got in 11th grade, because I really was like, oh crud, I have no awards. Top award is I am an AXO Regional Gold Medalist in Poetry Performance. So basically what that means, AXO is a program under the NAACP for students of color to basically compete and basically kind of compete on a national level in STEM and also in the arts. I went for Poetry Performance, which is basically spoken word poetry. It was really fun. It was an all expense paid trip, which is super nice. We were in Detroit, Michigan last year. This year it's in Boston, but I'm not sure if it's still going on. I'm not going, but yeah. So it was a super fun opportunity. I would definitely say if you are a student of color, look it up. Second award I got, so that was in 11th grade. The second award I got, also in 11th grade, was the Sewanee Book Award for an excellence in writing and leadership. I got this, and only like 250 people in the nation got this last year. It's from the University of the South. which is called Sewanee. Junior Academy Science Fair, which was a state science fair. I got 3rd place for computer science. Jokes on them. There were only 3 people competing, but I still put it on there. But yeah, so that was that. I was also published in the Arkansas Language Arts magazine. There's an official name for it. I was too lazy to look it up. And also the Labyrinth magazine. So this happened in 9th grade and 11th grade. And I got poetry published in a magazine, which I thought was kind of cool thing. But I didn't want to put something generic like student honor roll and stuff, because I feel like that was super obvious. So I didn't want to be basic, because I'm like, you can look, you know, and see like, yeah, she qualified for National Honor Society and stuff. I just didn't put it. I could have. I just thought it was corny. The last bit of this video is going to be advice. Try and strengthen the part of your application that is strong. So if it's test scores, you know, try and go for the best test scores possible. If it's your extracurriculars, you know, try and go to a national competition. I know that's really hard with all these shutdowns and things like that. I think the easiest thing to strengthen is your extracurriculars, but you also need to remember they also want to see leadership. It's not just you joining a bunch of clubs, but actually you being invested in the clubs. Number 2, talk to your guidance counselors. I cannot even imagine where I'd be without my guidance counselors. They were so amazing. I know some schools don't have guidance counselors or don't have very knowledgeable guidance counselors, but if you do, even just go in and introduce yourself. Like for elite schools, they will be writing your guidance counselor recommendations. So I would just say like go in there and just introduce yourself. Like I got a new guidance counselor this year and I was so pressed about it. I was like, I don't know this man. Where's my other guidance counselor? He literally left out of nowhere. Like the district had this, I'm not even gonna get into the disappointment, which is my school district, but like basically I had this new counselor. Early action is November 1st. Like, how am I supposed to build this relationship? But yeah, just like even, I just popped my head in there and I went, hi, my name is Segovia Lucas, and that's how it went. So I just say, get to know your guidance counselor, ask them questions. They are literally a plethora of wealth and knowledge, so just ask them. Use that resource at school, especially since like, for me, I'm the first person in my family to go to college on time. I'm not a first generation college student. Both of my parents finished college later in life though. So I'm the first person to actually be 18 going to college. So this process was quite like, I don't know how to do this. So yeah, ask your guidance counselors. They're super duper helpful about that stuff. Do not stress about standardized tests. I was very stressed about standardized tests because I felt like schools wouldn't give me a chance unless I had a good score. And for some schools, that was very true. Don't take it 7 times. Like, do not take the ACT 7 times. Take it max 5. Like, do not take it 7 times. And I know if somebody told me that, you know, I'd be like, that's a lie. Mine are so bad. But there are some colleges out there that are looking at you more holistically. Also, look into schools that are test optional. I know since the whole COVID-19 situation has happened, a lot of schools are going test optional this year. So I'd say, you know, take advantage of that. And there are a growing amount of schools that are becoming test optional. Tests are definitely on their way out. So I'd say, even if you don't have good test scores, I don't think that will make or break your application for a wide variety of schools. Some it will, but most, I don't feel like that will take you straight out of the running. Thank you guys so much for watching my stats video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, do whatever you do, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Bye.